with Youngstown Phantoms head coach Anthony Noreen. Anthony, the Phantoms, tomorrow night taking on the Indiana Ice, but I want to take you back to last week in a little bit, getting the win against the Muskegon Lumberjacks, #2 team in the conference, of course, even more so maybe with this team a rival, but you're able to go up in their barn and hand them the 6-3 win, a pretty dominant win. What did that do for your locker room's confidence right now?
I thought it did that. I thought it gave us a bit of confidence. I thought, from a process standpoint and the way we want to play the game, we did a pretty good job of sticking to our game plan. It's a tough building to go up and play in, and they're definitely one of the top teams in the league. So obviously a good win for us. Something we need to build from and get better from though as well.
You get Austin Cangelosi back for that game. He chips in with a goal and assist. Dan Renouf, a defenseman who'd been really leaving a big hole there on the blue line while he was out, had a strong game. And you guys get some bounces as well. Do you guys feel like that luck might be starting to turn around?
We've said all year we've never talked about our bad luck being an issue. We've talked about, making your own luck and, shooting pucks from different angles, and hopefully you get one of those lucky bounces. And I thought the first goal of that game was exactly that. Sammy gets a puck off a bad angle and just decides to put it at the net. And, it was a good shot by him, and he put it high and caught a corner. But, usually not the kind of goal you're going to score against a goalie that good. And, a little bit of lucky, and we'll take it. What you talked about before about getting Austin and Danny back, obviously that's a huge boost, not just to our lineup, but to our locker room and to the character of our team. I mean, Austin wears the C for a reason. He embodies everything we want this team to be. He plays the game, as hard as anybody. His compete level is awesome, and obviously his skill level is right there at the top of the league. And then, you talk about Danny, who's maybe right there with Sweetman and Lowney, our top minute getter on the team. He came back and played maybe as many minutes as he had all year in that game on Saturday night, and didn't look out of place for a second. He blocked some shots, was really good defensively, and made good plays offensively as well. So I think the combination of getting both those guys back obviously helped a lot.
Now, this is an Indiana team that, like you guys, has had, used to some success last season, and then maybe not as much success as they were hoping or expected for this season, at least so far, about a quarter of the way through. That said, it's never an easy game against this Indiana group. They're a lot, maybe a bit more of a hard-working, blue-collar team like yourselves than they have been in the past. What are you expecting Wednesday night in Indy?
I think they're probably a team that's going through a similar start to us, where they, expect better and want to get back on the right track, and they've done a good job of that over the last couple of weeks. This is a very good hockey team. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They play hard, and they're skilled. So they're dangerous any night. I mean, you look at last time we played us, and they put 5 on us in our own building. And there's not many times you're gonna get a win when you give up 5 in your own building. And they were good on the power play. They created odd man breaks that game. Obviously, I think we're going to need to be a lot better if we're going to expect to give them a good game tomorrow night.
You mentioned it a bit there. The power play, Indiana still among the leaders in the USHL on the power play. You guys down around the bottom of the list, but it definitely looked like there was progress made last week. And of course, Marcus McRae gets a power play goal. It ends up being the eventual game winner, and you guys seemed like you generated more chances. What sort of tweaks have you made to the man advantage that are starting to pay off, it looks like?
You know what? I think more than tweaks, I've always said I think power play's most important thing is your personnel. Obviously getting Austin back, who, if there's going to be a puck on one guy's stick, we want it to be his. Just putting him back in that mix, and like you said, figuring out to put Marcus McRae in front of the net, getting a guy like Danny Renouf back, just getting some pieces back that we feel are power play type guys was the big boost over the weekend. I thought our guys did a really good job. We talk about keeping the energy on our bench and outworking the penalty kill, and I thought they did for the most part a really good job Saturday night. And sometimes all it takes is one to get your confidence going back again. We were working on it today in practice, and they were zipping it around pretty good. So we're hoping, and we know that's something that we need, to get better if we're going to have a chance to make a run in this league.
And then in some other news, for a little bit more farther down the road, Sean Romeo, your young goaltender, was named to NHL Central Scouting's preliminary rankings. Obviously, in part, you see a great game like he had up last Saturday in Muskegon, and you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, well deserved. I have the great fortune of being around Sean every day. And you see the way he prepares and the way he plays the game and the approach he takes to it and how calm he is and the demeanor he has in the net. And you understand why he's listed in those rankings. And he's a guy who I still feel is still coming into his own as a goaltender. And I think his best hockey is definitely in front of him.
All right, Anthony, good luck.
Thank you.